Hello everyone, this is Neha Sharma once again with you. This is part number 3 of the exercises of adjectives and degrees of comparison of Cordova learning series grammar 8, which is for class 8th. So dear students, we have completed till exercises M on page number 25. Today we have to do transformation of sentences by using different patterns. So I request you to please open your notebooks where you have written the formulas. I have told you formulas for the transformation of the sentences, and that will help you to transform the sentences by the different expressions. And please open page number 25 of your book and keep a pencil in your hand. And the first making comparison is use of as and as, and I have told you in the explanation videos, as and as pattern we have to use in where we have to use this positive degree. Clear? So the comparison of equality is expressed by as and as. Suman and Kanika are tall. It means Suman is as tall as Kanika, right? And as is usually used in positive sentences. This we have already done. One notice the change in the verb accordance with the subject are is changed into is. So that you have to do here, which is given here in this first sentence, like Suman and Kanika are tall, but here it is, right, because we are talking one by one. So this you have to keep in mind. Now open your exercise N, page number 25. Once again I am telling, rewrite the sentences given below by using as and as pattern. So you have to keep always in mind, whenever you will do as and as, you have to use positive degree here. Tomatoes and onion are costly. So what is the answer here? Tomatoes and onions are costly. So tomatoes and onions are being compared here. So tomatoes are as costly as onions. What you will do? Tomatoes are as costly as onions, because costly is the positive degree. I am not going to write down the sentences answers here. You please listen to me carefully and note down the answers and check your answers. Tomatoes are as costly as onions. Here we are not transforming are, because tomatoes is also plural and onions also plural. Ritu and Rima are short. So here Ritu is as short as Rima. Now here I have transformed are, because we are talking about Ritu is also singular and Rima is also singular. So Ritu is as short as Rima. Third one is John and Jay are good in maths. So what you will do? John is as good as Jay in maths. John is as good as Jay in maths. Question number 4 is Tower 1 and Tower 2 are tall, means both are tall. So Tower 1 is as tall as Tower 2. Tower 1 is as tall as Tower 2. Question is 5 is apples and grapes are sweet. So apples are as sweet as grapes. Apples are as sweet as grapes, because apples and grapes both are plural. That's why R is R here. Okay. B part of this is use of not as and not so as, right? And then we have to do than. And notice that the degree of comparison changes from comparative to positive in negative sentence. So example is given to you, Raman is taller than Pia, right? It means कि Raman जितना taller है उतनी Pia नहीं है, तो Pia is not as so tall as Raman, or it is Pia is not as tall as Raman. So both the things you can do by as and as also, and so and as also. Okay. So both are correct. Whatever you want to do, use that. But I am giving the standard answers here. Exercise number O. And one more thing is given here. Here see the point. not so as is equally negative sentences. We can also express the same meaning by using less or least. Okay, here we can do like Pia is less taller than Raman, but then we have to do comparative degree. Okay, let's do rewrite the sentence using not and as. Raman is taller than Suresh. This is the question given to you. So answer is, the first way to change this is with both we have to do not as and less. Suresh is not as tall as Raman, and second is Suresh is less taller than Raman. So in both of the ways we have to do. Let's see the exercise. Platinum is costlier than gold. So what you will do? When you will change this with not as, so what is that? Gold is not as costly as platinum, right? And second is gold is less costlier than platinum. Whenever you will do less, you have to use comparative degree. Okay, less costlier. But in the first sentence we have done gold is not as costly as platinum, right? That is the first way. Second way is gold is less costly than platinum, less costlier, sorry. Question number 2 is my uncle is taller than my father. So one way is my father is not as tall as my uncle, right? My father is not as tall as my uncle. And the second way by using less is my father is less taller than my uncle. Next is the mango is sweeter than pineapple. So what is this? The pineapple is not as sweet as the mango. And the second one is the pineapple is less sweeter than the mangoes. Iron is more useful than copper. So iron is you will do copper is not as useful as iron. Copper is not as useful as iron. And the another way is copper is less useful as iron. Copper is less useful as iron. Next is silk is softer than cotton, sorry. So cotton is not as soft as silk. Cotton is not as soft as silk. And the second way is cotton is less softer. Cotton is less softer. So here we have learnt both the ways. Next is use of least you have to do. Comparison is also expressed with the word least in the superlative degree, and that was the easiest exam I have ever written. But one thing you have to do, whenever you will use this word least, you have to use opposite word with that. Okay, like easiest, then you have to do difficult of that. So exercise number P is rewrite the sentence using least without changing the meaning. First example is the answer is solved. Wolfram is one of the rarest mineral. So the answer is wolfram is the one of the least common of all the minerals. So what we have done, rarest, opposite of rarest is what? Common, and we have done the change with least. So whenever you will do least, with that you have to write down the opposite of that particular adjective. To me, Indian gooseberry is the sourest of all the fruits, right? Because instruction has been given here that you have to do least with the least here. So to me, the Indian gooseberry is The least sweet is the least sweet. Least sweet. Here least, L-E-A-S-T, and at the place of sorest you will do sweet, because least you have already done here. So you will not do sweetest, it is least sweet. This is the most useless of all my suitcase. So this is the least useless. Most will replace with least, and useless will be changed with useful, right? So this we have changed with least, and this we have changed with useful. So your answer is, this is the least useful of all my suitcases. Next is, he occupied the most comfortable position to watch the match. The most comfortable, right? So this you have to change. The most you have to replace with least, and comfortable is what? Uncomfortable. So he occupied the least uncomfortable position to watch the match. Spelling of least is L-E-A-S-T, and comfortable opposite is uncomfortable. Now next topic here is changing the degrees of comparison. This we have already done. Superlative to comparison we have to do here, right? Mukesh Ambani is the richest businessman in India. So what you will do, right? The sentence is only Mukesh Ambani is the richest businessman in India. Means Mukesh Ambani is richer than any other businessman in India. So what is the change here? Mukesh Ambani is you will do the richest, you have to erase, and this you have to replace with richer than any other. It is richer than any other. So the answer would be Mukesh Ambani is richer than any other businessman in India. Full stop. Okay. Next is, he is the tallest of all the students. So what you have to change here? The tallest, right? The tallest you have to change. So answer will be, he is taller than any other. Taller than any other student in his class. So this all you have to replace from here. He is there, okay? He is taller than any other student in his class. Next, Asia is the largest continent in the world. I am again telling that these all explanations and formulas are given in the explanation videos of this chapter number 3. If you have forgot, if you have missed, please check that in your homework section. All the videos of explanation are given there. Asia is the largest continent in the world. So what you have to change here? The largest, right? So answer is, Asia is larger than any other. Check the formulas, we have done same thing. Asia is larger than any other continent in the world. That will be the answer. Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. What you have to replace? The highest, right? So the answer is, Mount Everest is higher than. Please keep in mind, we are doing this to comparative degree, and comparative degree is having that than plus comparative degree itself. Okay, so the answer here is Mount Everest is higher than any other mountain in the world. Answer is Mount Everest is higher than any other mountain in the world. Dr. Jain is the most experienced of all the doctors in hospital. Wow, how these publishers know that Dr. Jain is the most experienced doctors? Okay, Dr. Jain is the most experienced of all the doctors in hospital. So what you have to change? The most, right? So what is the answer? You have to replace these words with Dr. Jain is more experienced than all other doctors, because here it is given all the doctors. So you can do all the doctors in the hospital. So Dr. Jain is more experienced than all the doctors in the hospital. Exercise number R is change the following form of comparative to positive without changing the meaning. Use not as and as patron or as patron, okay, because it is comparative to positive. So first one is Shakespeare is greater than any other playwright. So we are comparing first Shakespeare and any other, right? So what you will do? No other. Answer is no other. You will not do any other, it is no other. No other playwright, WRIGHT, no other playwright is as great as Shakespeare. No other playwright is as great as Shakespeare. This is the answer. Next is J is better than Fiza in English. So J and Fiza are being compared here, means Fiza is not good. So what you will do? Fiza is not as good as J. Fiza is not as good as J in English. Full stop. Okay. Again I am speaking. Please go through the formulas which you have done already in your notebook. Next is the pen is mightier than the sword. So here we are comparing pen and sword, right? So the sword is not as, answer start from here, the sword is not as mighty, 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 the sword is not as mighty as pen. As pattern we are following here, and mighty is the first positive degree. Gold is more expensive than any other metal. Any other metal and gold. Okay, so any other ko we will write down what? No other. So answer is no other metal is as expensive as gold. We should do last exercise is, and here we have to transform the comparative to superlative degrees. Okay, please open the formula. Please see the formula in your notebook wherever you have done. Question is given to you, see the examples. Mumbai is bigger than any other city in India. So what you will do, Mumbai is the biggest city in India. Second is, Jaya is more intelligent than any other girl in the class. So means Jaya is the most intelligent girl in the class. It is the easiest one, I have told you there also in the explanation video. So see first one, what you have to do. First question given to you is, Bhumi is more hardworking than any other student in the class, right? So the answer is, Bhumi is, what you have to change here, this more working, more, right? So at the place of more you will do the most hardworking in the place of more, right? And then also you have to raise this, you have to erase here. Bhumi is the most hardworking student in the class. Clear? This is the formula. Joy is stronger than any other boy in the locality. So answer is, see, stronger is what? Comparative degree. So what you will do? The stronger you have to remove. At the place of this you have to write down the strongest, right? Joy is the strongest boy in his locality. Joy is the strongest boy in his locality, full stop. She is more intelligent than any other girl in the school. Once again, more you have to erase from here, and at the place you have to write down the most. She is the most intelligent girl in the school. She is the most intelligent and then girl in the school, right? She is the most intelligent girl in the school. Michael Jackson was more popular than any other singer in the world. So we are talking about Michael Jackson. So more popular you have to remove from here, was the most, and then popular, was the most popular. This complete you will remove. Michael Jackson was the most popular singer in the world. Next is, Sachin is better batsman than any of his team members. So better is what? Comparative degree. You will do Sachin is the best. Good, better, best. Okay. Batsman among his team members. So Sachin is the best batsman among his team members, or Sachin is the best team members is given, so we have to do here among. Okay, so the Sachin is the best batsman among his team members. This team members you have to remove. Sachin is the best batsman among his team members. So dear kids, this was all about the exercises of chapter number 3. I hope you have done it already. If forgot, please do it right now, and please do not leave any space blank, any exercise blank in your book, because these exercises are very important. Keep listening, keep watching, keep learning and writing. Thank you very much.